moving to the upside. This is where I'm gonna talk about. This is where I'm gonna talk about things. Okay, you have to be able to understand the strategy and being able to find. The strategy is finding those powerful structured areas within the market to take your trades from. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Future Trading with Mike, and today I'm back with another video and trade the Emini S&P 500 futures. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, go back and watch it. I talked about defining or finding areas in the market where the powerful structure areas that were set up for good areas of support and resistance where the market would, pull back to, and you can look for trade opportunities. So that's yesterday's video. If you haven't watched that, so go ahead and watch that. If it's your first time watching the channel or one of the videos today, I appreciate you tuning in today. As always, those that have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. But if it's your first time watching one of the videos, go ahead and watch the video. And basically, I'm a live day trader. I trade the Emini S&P 500 pretty much every day and post my recorded sessions to the channel here. So if you're looking for someone to follow that trade lives every day, the futures markets, primarily I trade the Emini S&P 500 futures, but the same strategy that I use, you can trade any market with pretty much, okay? So if you like what you see, you like the content, you like what I give away, you like following someone who actually trades live, go ahead and hit that sub button for me and drop a like on the video. So let's go ahead and get right into today's video, guys. Today is the 11th of January. It is Tuesday. And we're going to start off by looking at the 60-minute, the 1 hour chart here, guys. So basically what we see happening here is that, of course, the market's been selling off the last few days. Yesterday, we finally, sorry about that, bounced off an area here of pretty much a support area demand. We're back on the 21st of December. The market kind of the market was pushing up, creating areas on pullbacks, creating areas to the upside. Okay, so the market pushes higher, pulls back to that area, bounces out of it, and now we are breaking. We started yesterday breaking to the upside, breaking some areas of structures. This area right here, and we actually broke this area right here. So the market was kind of bullish yesterday, going to the overnight session, and as it stands right now, we're breaking structure back to the downside. So basically right now, if you look at the hour time frame, we were actually moving sideways in a sense. Well, we're in a wedge, I would say, if you can see that. So the market broke this area here. It has not broke yesterday's low yet. So, when the market pushed up, swung back, pushed higher, breaking structure here. It turned back around now, it's breaking structure to the downside. Now, here's an area right here. I'm gonna mark it off on the let's see here. I'm gonna mark it off an area where the market could possibly pull back to. This is an area of supply sitting right here where the market can pull back to on a 60-minute or 1 hour chart, guys. So this area right here, the market right now hasn't pulled back into it, but it possibly could, and that'd be the area of supply. And if it does pull back and we see rejection, once the price pulls back to this area, we could, look for an opportunity to go short. But right now we're breaking structure to the downside. Okay. So with that said, our bias right now and looking at the actual market, we have not actually broke structure, which is this swing right here to the upside, broke that low right there to the downside. So my bias right now, if I was to kind of look at the market, what's going on, the way it's pulling back right now, as long as we don't break above here, this area here, we'll be to the downside, looking for short opportunities to take back down to this area right here. So if we come down to this area right here, market right here, okay, this is demand sitting down here. So the price comes down here, bounces off of here. We'll switch over to a 12 range chart, and as long as we start breaking structure to the upside, and then we can look for pullbacks to actually go long. But right now, I would be looking for maybe short opportunities. My bias will be right now because the 1 hour chart is actually broke structure here to the downside right now. And so we could possibly be looking for interest on pullbacks to the downside. So let's just kind of look and see what the market's doing on the 12 range chart right now. I believe this area here is that area off the 1 hour time frame. So it looks bigger on the excuse me, on the 12 range than it does the 1 hour chart. Sorry about that. All right, so let's see. So the market is give me a second, guys. It's pulling back, of course. Now we want to see it kind of tap into this area here, but you know, it may not come right back to this area. But if it does, it would be a good opportunity to kind of look for some things to happen here. So price taps back in this area, then we'll be switching over, kind of looking at our charts. You know, going to the downside, breaking structure. But right now, the market is already breaking structure on the 12 range to the downside. Okay, so market's kind of moving sideways right here, building volume in this area right here. So be careful here. Okay. So we just wait to see what price is trying to do here. We got a pullback here, right here to this area here. So okay, I'm short. Okay, come on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take. All right, price can bounce right here. So okay, I'm short. Market was moving pretty quick right there. So saw price breaking this area right here, and I went short, guys. Okay, so basically price is pulling. Price pulled back to this area, the swing right here. Okay, I was looking for price to price push down here, pull back, and then it broke structure on the swing to the downside. On the pullback, I waited for price to get back into this pretty much this area right here. I saw rejection come out of this area, and price not wanting to push any higher, even though like it did. But once price broke structure here, back to the downside, I went short. But I knew this would be the stopping point right here. Actually, this right here, I wasn't looking at the market earlier. This right here would have been an opportunity to go short right here. Great opportunity. Pretty much at the close. You switch over from the 4 range at this point. You switch over and look at your 4 range at this point here. And so when price, if we look at the 4 range at 9:50 this morning, let's see what time here it is, right here. So when price, actually, yeah, the moment price broke with this red candle to the downside, you could have went short. You're short, you could have taken it down basically to this area for maybe your first contract, and really back down to here. It would have been solid for a good sell. I mean, excuse me, for your last contract. So, you know, if you get into the market, scale in, or if you get in with 2 contracts, say for instance, 3 contracts, you know, take your first couple contracts out and let your last one be a runner. So, okay, so now we are trying to see what we're doing here. Yeah. So I'm sure I'm long now. Oops. Gracious. Oh my goodness. Come on. Long here, trying to get filled in this entry. Come on. What the crap is the market doing? There we go, got filled. Okay. All right, I knew the price is going to bounce in this area right here. Okay. So that was just on a little pullback to this little area right here, taking price. Actually, price probably would come. It's probably going to come out to this area here. So, yeah, it's already there. All right, I should have stayed into it, but it's okay. So, let's see here. Probably not much right as of right now trading the market. So I'm just looking for good areas, good structure areas to trade in the market. I'm up 16 ticks right now. I'll show you guys that. Just scalping. I'm a scalper, guys. I'm not a swing or a position trader. So I scalp daily, day trade. All right, so let's see here. So the market is, this was a good area right here when the market pulled back right in this area right here. This area right here. This area right here is a good area because when price pushed up, it pulls back. What do you have here? I talked about this yesterday. Powerful structure area. Okay, a lot of pushing up, followed by some selling, and then a lot of buying coming out of that area. So when price pulls back to that area right there, you wait patiently, and then you start to look for that rejection and failure, and then take a trade. All right. So right now we have price doing when price came. If we trade out the 12 range, okay, and we just minus out the 60 minute or the 1 hour chart, then you can trade purely off of the 12 range chart. This, as using that only as your higher time frame, this would have been a good area right here to stalk as an area of demand right here. Price pulls back to it, and then once price starts breaking structure to the upside, then you look for those pullback areas, okay? You look for those pullback areas. Boom, price comes back down to this area right here. Take your trade in this area right here, guys, okay? Because price broke up, broken the structure, okay? Pulls back, breaks. It's actually taking out and breaking structure now to the upside, taking this level out. On the pullback, you know, back to the area of demand here within this swing, you look to go long. Simple as that, okay? So, yeah, I'll talk about that here towards the end of this video. Right now I'm going to try to, do a little trading here. So right now, what's going on? The market is pushing to the upside, trying to break structure. Okay, it hasn't broken any fall through or any more structure to the upside. So right now, let's see. It may go ahead and try to push up, but just be careful. Okay. So, yeah, I'm short. Didn't see that. Market pull back here, but I'm definitely short here. Come on. Come on. Short. Not sure why it's not coming down. Okay. All right. Mentioned I'm short. I'm looking for the market. Don't do that. Yeah, I don't want to see the market break above this area right here. Right here, 46.52 and 3/4. I don't want to see it do that. Come on, what are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 contracts out right there. Let my last one run. Good, trying to push up. What is this thing doing? Come on. 47.75. No, that's not. What is that? That's 46.25. There we go. All right. Okay. I was looking for that. Kind of scared me almost because I thought it was going to clear this area here, but it didn't. All right. Price came down and hit my level. It hit my PT there. So that brings me to 31 ticks right now, guys. Okay. All right. I'm trading, waiting on the pullback. So price rejected this area right here. Okay. When it pulled back into that area, so I'm gonna take the trade short there. Okay. So price rejected that area as it pushed down and started breaking structure to the downside, okay? Down in here, okay? On the pullback, because it swung down, swung down, pushed up, pull back and push lower, breaking structure here. This swing, to the downside, breaking support right here. Push through it. On the pullback, I was looking for price to reject this area here and at least come down to this area down here, which it did. I'm not sure if it's completely done yet because it should possibly test. Let's see, 46.50. It's only like 2 or 3 ticks away. So yeah, it's hit the area where it should probably pretty much bounce at. It came down to this little low volume area. So right now we're just building volume, moving sideways in this area here. So, but I mentioned my direction right now, my bias. If you want to kind of talk about that, look at, I hate to use the word bias, but kind of, I'm gonna use it because that's pretty much what it is, guys. Just trying to pick an overall direction in the market. My overall direction in the market right now, and looking at the 60-minute, would be to the downside. Yesterday, I would have said after the bounce here out of this area demand here from off the 1 hour chart and seeing price breaking structure on the 12 range to the upside, I would have said to the upside, okay? Because maybe short term. Even though the overall direction was to the downside, because price is breaking major structure, lots of structure to the downside, okay? But as price turned and bounced right here at this red line here, this area demand sitting over here, price started pushing up, started breaking areas, even on the 60-minute, the 1 hour chart of structure here and here, like I just said. Now it turned back around, it's breaking structure to the downside. So, this is supply right here. So price comes back to this area, look for something to happen on the 12 range chart, and possibly look for areas of shorts. Okay, so right now, my bias right now is still to the downside overall. Okay, see that? Boom, it rejected out of the area, it came down here. So, all right, okay. And what I'm going to talk about today, is I want to talk more about looking for those powerful structure areas for one, those areas where you can take trades from once price comes to them. Pretty much not right here at the area where price pushes up here, breaks, pulls back, and then pushes higher and breaks through the area of resistance right here, and then pulls back. At that point there, you're going to kind of be looking for, yes, this is support at that time. Once price breaks resistance, pushes higher, pulls back to it, it becomes support, right? All right, but if you're taking a trade right off of the moment price gets back and rejects at the area of support right there, this red line, then that's liquidity at that point, and the market is going to come back, even on a pullback, and capture that, collect that, because there's money sitting there. They know that the traders are going to trade once price breaks an area of resistance and pulls back to an area which was resistance, now support. They know that if they trade from that area, that more than likely 90% of traders are going to try to trade from that area. If they do, then there's money sitting there in the market to take long entries, and they're going to come down there and stop traders out and collect that money. Okay, so you got to understand the whole strategy of how the bigger players in the market, the institutions, trade. So in this video here, I'm going to be talking about the time where I completely failed at trading, and that happened for about 2 years straight. I completely failed at trading for 2 years into my trading venture or career when I first started out. I won't even say it was a career because I wasn't even profitable at first, but I'm going to talk more about that, okay? Until I learned this strategy here, and pretty much until I learned market structure and I understood, how the actual market moved, who drove the market. We as, like I keep saying this over and over, retail traders, we do not drive the market. We are not the driving force in the market. It is the big institutions, okay? Trading hundreds of millions of dollars each and every day. They push and pull the market the way they want to do it, where they want it to go. So we just want to trade like them and understand the whole strategy. This is a game of chess almost, guys. You got to understand the way they're moving. At any given point where a trend maybe look like it's setting up, like, all right, the market, like right here, let's look at that. That's the 1 hour chart. I just told you the market's breaking structure to the downside, so the market pushed up, pulled back, pushed higher, boom, it broke down, broke below structure here. All right, so you naturally be thinking like, okay, price coming back to an area of supply here, I'm going to be taking shorts. Now, that could be true. Right now, your bias could be to the downside, but they could turn this market around and push the market higher and break right through that area of supply and burst right through it and keep the market moving, pushing up, breaking more areas of structure, okay? And at that point, you can be looking to take loans, okay? So we're taking trades as retail traders based upon what we see happening in the market, what the institutions are currently doing on, how they're driving the market. So that's what we're doing. So I just told you when price pushed up here and came back right here to this area right here of demand, where price was pushing higher, breaking structure up to the upside, pull was back, nice pullback here, some selling took place, followed up by lots of buying. When price comes back to this area right here, you look for something to happen here. Once price comes back to this area right here, you switch over to your 4 range, you can start looking for entries, those W type structures. And then on the pullback, you go long, okay? Why? Price pushes higher, pulls back. What does it pull to? The lower portion of the high volume area, followed with a confirmation or confluency of area of demand here, and man, we got a good setup to go long, okay? All right, even though the overall market right now, off the 60-minute looks like it may be, maybe short. This is a very, very short-term bias of maybe wanting to go long. But my best suggestion would be to, if you don't use the 1 hour, you can use the 12 range, you can use 24 range, wherever time frame you use, but use a higher time frame chart to trade from. Not meaning that's your entry chart, but to use it to pick your areas, your zones, marking the chart. You're actually going to mark your areas to where you're possibly going to be stalking for trades. And then you go to your entry chart and you start looking, once price pulls back to those areas there that you're looking where you marked it on your 12 range. Once price gets there, you start looking for the setup, the rejection to go whatever direction you're going into. It's like here, long. So I'm waiting for the failure rejection here, okay? So yes, I will be talking about in this video, basically, I completely feel like most of you guys did until I started learning this strategy here of learning market structure. If you don't understand market structure, I highly suggest doing any trade. Understand, learn market structure, and learn the bigger beings and the players in the market that are driving force in the market. Okay, so the price is breaking a little structure to the upside. Now we're breaking, pushed up higher. Okay, all right. So this may be no. Okay, let me look at here and see what's going on. Kind of a little iffy situation here. Market looks like it wants to kind of push lower, but 29. I'm not sure. All right, I'm long. Come on. There we go, long, okay? All right, just that easy, all right? And I'm gonna show you. I had 31 ticks. I think 10 ticks that quick, 41 ticks in less than maybe 20 seconds, okay? So what did price do here? All right, I'm gonna explain it to you. Okay, so price pushed up, pull back, swung to the upside, breaking structure here, okay? Breaking structure right here. So naturally speaking, when price, but it started breaking more structure to the upside. It broke this area here, okay? And then it broke pretty much this area right here, okay? I'm gonna stick it out. But what happened is price pulled back. Now, price pulled back to an area of support being right down here, okay? And at this point here, you don't take the trade until it gets there. At this point, if you're looking for price to pull back, okay, when price pulled back here, I'm looking for the opportunity, because this is a push up, pull back, price breaking structure. Structure here, okay? And then at some point on the pullback, somewhere we got to mark a level at, right? All right, so the level to me is, I'm marking it right here, okay, on a pullback, okay? So price pulls back to this area right here, which is the level, okay? It's a little high volume node here. Price pull back into a little bit. Now, what I want to see price do is break back above this area right here, the top end of this swing right here. When price does that, close with that green candle there, let's say off the 12 range, I can go long, knowing I'm gonna take the entry up to this area right here at 46, 47. Now it can push higher, okay, and it possibly will, okay. It may come up and test this area right here at 46.51, okay. It possibly could, but I mentioned be careful because the 60-minute is showing right now that we are from a possibly from moving to the downside, looking like. And right now, the market looks like it may be trying to do that, okay? So if I was using this area right here solely, not looking at knowing what's going on the 12 range chart, if I was using this area to depict an entry, okay? All right. Then I switch over to my 4 range, okay, at that time frame. All right, what time was that? That was at boom, 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 1032. 1032 is right here. I would be looking for price to start to break structure to the upside. So price pulls to this area here. Let me see here. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, it's breaking through this area. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Excuse me. Okay. Price is pulled back. Let's see here. I'll try to explain this. If this happens here off the chart here, I'm going to try to see what's going on. So bear with me. Okay. All right. I'm long just for a few ticks. Boom. Okay. All right. I'm explaining this to you. Okay. Now I mentioned you could do this simply off the 12 range chart. Okay. And before we do that, let's take a look at the trade performance right quick. Okay. All right. Up 48 ticks now. All right. 48 ticks, and I've been trading less than 20 minutes now. So that's $600. Okay. So at this moment, I'm gonna stop right here. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about if you do not use the 1 hour chart to go off of, and you just strictly use the 12 range as your higher time frame to trade from, okay? And we say we want to look for, like I told you yesterday, those powerful structured areas. It's powerful areas in the market where we can use as support resistance, and not so much more greater than support resistance, but more looking for areas of supply and demand, okay? And here it is, okay? Right here, all right? What do we see coming out of this area here? All right, so price pushes up, it breaks structure here, okay? Pulls back. Now, we get 1, 2, and we can count this kind of like a 3, But this is a significant area, a decent area off a 12 range to look for something to happen. Why? Because price broke structure here, pulled back, and we got a decent pullback. Price pushes up, got a little decent pullback, okay? And if we look at the 4 range, excuse me, not 4 range, the 12 range also, where do we stand at? If we look, this right here is the lower portion, like I told you, of a level is demand. Okay? Price pushes up. Does it pull back into it? Yes, it does. So if you're looking at your 12 range, it does, well, not really here when it pull back here. Let me discuss that because it pulled back into the swing, okay, and it pushed higher. But it actually comes back into the area, hits the area of demand right here, okay? Now, I'm going to switch over to the 4 range because I want to talk about if you're just using your 12 range chart to trade from as your higher time frame, marking levels from, all right? So I'm going to mark a little level here. This is demand off this little swing, okay? Price pulls back into it, does it not? Yes. Where do we sit at? The lower end of the the lower end of a little volume area right here, okay? Now, we've marked our area demand off a little structure, okay? So now I'm going to go into the 4 range chart. Now let's put that on. Okay. Now you should be able to see it on the 4 range. All right, there it is. All right. So price pulls back into that area, does it not? Yes, it does. It comes back into the area. What do we now? We got to be careful here because we have resistance right above us here. So I already know that the opportunity is not going to be great, but I know we can make something. Okay. So what happens? Once price pulls back into this area right here, okay? All right, boom. It taps back into demand. Taps back into demand. Now what I'm looking for the price to do, I'm switching over to my 4 range chart, and I need to start seeing it break structure to the upside to give me some kind of a direction, right? So this little swing to the downside, price pushes up, pulls back, boom, starts breaking structure to the upside. Now, if I look, now that price is breaking structure, not only did it break structure here on the swing to the downside, but it started breaking structure to the upside as it creates little micro swings to the upside. Price pulls back on the pullback. This is where you want to take your entry, okay? You take your entry here, all right? So price breaks structure to the upside on the pullback, okay? So define the area off your 12 range if you're going to use your 12 range as a higher time frame and strictly go off that, okay? Mark the zone, the demand zone. Boom, I marked it. Now I'm looking for price. Once it gets back to the demand zone off the 12 range, I'm looking for it to start breaking structure to the upside on the 4 range, okay? Now, here, pushes up, pulls back, breaks higher, okay? Pushes up, pulls back, breaks higher. Now, it pushed up, pulled back, broke structure on the swing right here to the upside here, and it broke structure, market structure on the way up as well. On the pullback, okay, we can look for the entry to go long. All right, this is an opportunity to go long yet right here, okay, on the pullback. W formation, price pushes up, retracement, boom, go long. Okay, that's it. Simple as that. So I hope you guys, you understand that. So this is what I'm talking about when I say that, I failed time and time again until I completely understood how to trade the strategy correctly. All right. So let's look at the 12 range because I want to use that example. Use that example that I showed you earlier. All right. So when price was moving to the upside, this is where I'm gonna talk about. This is where I'm gonna talk about things. Okay. You have to be able to understand the strategy and being able to find. The strategy is finding those powerful structured areas within the market to take your trades from. But first, you've got to know market structure. Market structure is basically as price is moving, and it's breaking structure to the upside. And then it's just pulling back to an area. What do I do then if the price pulls back? Breaking structure to the upside, pulls back to within a swing. I'm looking for an area that's going to uphold, and then I need to start, looking for area rejection to go long or short, whatever, depending on how the market's moving. So in this instance, yesterday, this is where that off the 1 hour chart, I told you what price bounced at, okay, that area demand. Price starts moving to the upside, breaking structure to the upside, starts swinging to the upside, making these swings, breaking structure, it's breaking resistance, but it's also breaking market structure as it's moving to the upside. So you see it swinging up, and then as well as breaking these highs as it moves higher, okay? So when price pushes up here, okay, what does it do right here? This is a good area, guys. This is a very good example. Price pushes higher here. What did it do? It broke market structure right here, okay? Pushed higher. Nice pullback, okay? So whenever you see a nice pullback, so whenever you see a, nice run to the upside and then a nice pullback, okay, off the 12 range, we just don't see 1 or 2 candles here in a pullback. We see many candles because we see many swings to the downside within this swing going back to the upside. So, you got 1, 2, you got a lot of candles going to the downside. Lots of selling, okay? So you had buying took place, followed by lots of selling, and price turns back around and takes a lot of buying coming back out of the area, taking out resistance, forming a major swing to the upside. But price pushes higher and pulls back. So once I see this going on right here, where prices pulls back heavily, lots of selling, followed up by lots of buying, creating a big swing to the upside. Price taking structure out right here as it pushes up, pulls back, boom, pushes higher, takes structure out. I'm already identifying this area right here. In my mind, I know price comes back to this area right here, okay? Comes back to this area, I'm definitely looking for something, okay? And then at that point, when price comes back to this area of demand on the 12 range, I'm looking at my 4 range chart to start to see if I got a W formation. But first, what I want to see is, yes, the W formation, which to me signifies that price is creating structure to try to push or try to go to the upside. All right. Let me find that area. Where's it at? Give me a second. Let's go back to the 12 range here. because I did not mark this off on the 4 range. So we can look at it from, oops. Okay. Well, all charts. All right. Now let's go to the 4 range. All right. So what time did it come back to the, all right, it was like around, let's see. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Really 9:45 this morning, so we can kind of look in the 4 range. Go to the 4 range now. 9:45 puts us around this area right here. All right, so we blow that up a little bit, okay? So what happens when price gets here? Now this is a V-shaped reversal right here. Price comes back into the demand right here, okay? So what it does at this point here, we start looking for our an area to go long at. So when price comes right back down here, I'm not taking that trade right off to the 4 range right here, so the price dumps back into it. Because the fact is that you know, I want to see some structure, you know, some kind of structure taking place here. So price does pull back into it, breaks up, pulls back, starting to break a little structure to the upside with these little swings, breaking structure to the upside. But you know, I want to see it break market structure to the upside, and it does when it takes this area right here out. So as price pushes up, pulls back, pushes higher, it starts to break in the structure here, and pushes higher, taking this structure right here out, the market taking that structure out. So on a pullback, okay, I'm looking for something to actually happen, okay, at some area. So on a pullback, okay, so when price pushes higher, pulls back, pushes higher, pulls back, you know, breaking into this structure here and making structure to the upside, breaking structure to the upside. When price pulls back to really like right in this area right here, you could go long right here, guys. This is your entry right here. The close of this green candle right here, okay? Blow it up for you so you can see it. I told you, mark the area off the 12 range. That's the area where there was lots of buying coming out of, okay? Price moves back into that area. We're looking for price to tap back into the lower portion of that swing, which is demand. This is on the 12 range. Then you zoom over to your 4 range. Go to the 4 range, your entry chart. Price comes back to that area, okay? Boom, hits it right here. Now, it hits it, and you just don't trade as soon as it hits it. You got to look for rejection. So rejection is looking for price to start to break structure to the upside. It starts to break structure when it pushes up, pulls back, breaking structure to the upside. Breaking them also into market structure, back into market structure right here, okay? So on a pullback right here, could we went long? You could have, but it could have been very short here because you don't have much room right here, okay? So what we want to do at this point here is look for a greater opportunity. Price completely takes out this area of structure right here as it moves to the upside. Now I want to look for a significant area where there is a swing, okay? Price pulls back to within a swing, pretty much, okay? And primarily the lower end of a swing. And then when price pulls back into this area here, okay? All right, I'm looking for price to break back above the swing, okay? Pulls back into it right here. Boom, price closes right back above it with that green candle right there. I'm long. I'm long to take it to where? To the top end of this little, to the high right here. So if you went long right here at 46.33 and rolled it all the way up to this area right here, just like 46.35, that's 2 points, guys. Very easy. And this is scalping. So 2 points on one contract, that's 8 ticks. On two contracts, that's 16. That's how you scalp, and that's how you make the money, guys. It's simple as that. Nothing more than that, guys. It's simple. So, you know, as I was taking my journey and learning how to trade, I didn't understand market structure. So I just struggled. I struggled time and time again, almost for 2 years, trying to figure out what I was missing because I didn't completely understand market structure. And without me understanding market structure, I did not understand, you know, I wasn't able to learn the correct way. And until you understand market structure, you're not going to be able to trade any strategy. So understand market structure first. And I'm kind of giving you tidbits and showing you market structure because it's hard for some people to visualize it with their own eyes. And then sometimes even good traders, you know, it's harder to pick the overall direction of the market. So sometimes they may use like an EMA or SMA, whatever the case may be. I don't like to use any indicators, but there's nothing wrong using an SMA. I mean, it kind of keeps you in the overall maybe trend or direction of the market, you know, kind of keeping a bias, whatever the case is. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's really all I have for you today. But hey, If you like the content, guys, like the videos, please, guys, share the videos with other individuals. If it's your first time watching, go ahead and drop me a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure to hit that little post notification bell button next to our icon next to the subscribe button to ensure that you never miss one of the videos that I upload to the channel, guys. But that's all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And if you're trading, be safe in the market.